Today, we're tackling a big one, the CPF MediSave account. For every Singaporean, this is a cornerstone of your financial life. But what is it really? Think of it less as just another savings account and more like your personal war chest, built specifically for your health. Let's dive in.
So let me ask you this. What's your plan for healthcare costs? It's a question we all need to answer, because being prepared isn't just about medicine, it's about money. And your MediSave account is really the system's answer to that very question.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll cover the basics of your healthcare nest egg. Then, we'll look at how it grows. After that, we'll talk about the big savings target, the BHS, before getting into all the ways you can actually use your MediSave. And finally, we'll wrap up with how to maximize your future savings.
So let's kick things off with the absolute fundamentals. What is MediSave? And maybe more importantly, why does it even exist? Understanding the why is the key to using it effectively.
At its core, MediSave is a national medical savings scheme. A part of your income gets automatically set aside just for healthcare bills. Now, here's the crucial part. You can't withdraw these funds as cash. And that isn't a bug, it's a feature. It's designed that way on purpose to make sure this money is always there when you need it most.
You see, MediSave didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was a very deliberate evolution. The CPF system started way back in 1955 for retirement. Then, in '68, it expanded to help people buy homes. And by 1984, the MediSave account was born, a really forward-thinking move to prepare the nation for its future healthcare needs.
Okay, so we know what it is. But how does this nest egg of yours actually grow? Well, it's a pretty powerful two-part punch. Your regular contributions, and the magic of compound interest. Every month, a piece of your CPF contribution gets funneled right into your MediSave. But here's the really clever part. As you get older, that piece gets bigger. It starts at 8% when you're young and climbs to 10.5% after you turn 50. It's a strategic shift to prioritize healthcare savings right when you start thinking about it more. Let's make this real. Here's what it looks like for someone who's 30. See that? The biggest slice goes to the ordinary account, which makes total sense. That's what you're likely using for huge goals like buying a home. Meanwhile, MediSave is in the background, just steadily growing. Now let's fast forward to age 60. Whoa, look at that difference. The whole system has pivoted. The slice for MediSave is way bigger now, reflecting that healthcare financing is a much bigger priority later in life. This is the system working exactly like it was designed to.
And what's fueling all that growth? Well, a big part of it is this number, 4%. Your MediSave account earns a guaranteed base interest rate of 4% per year. That's a powerful, risk-free rate that ensures your savings compound steadily, year after year.
And on top of that solid 4%, the government sweetens the deal with bonus interest. You get an extra 1% on your first $60,000 of combined CPF savings if you're under 55. And if you're over 55, you get even more. It's a fantastic incentive to accelerate your savings even faster.
Okay, so your money is going in, it's earning interest. But how much is actually enough? What's the goal here? That brings us to our next big topic, the Basic Healthcare Sum, or BHS. Think of it as the official savings target for your MediSave.
For 2025, that target is $75,500. This number is updated every year, and it's basically what's estimated for basic healthcare needs in retirement. But here's the most important part. Whatever the BHS is in the year you turn 65, that becomes your personal target for life. It locks in, so you have a stable goal to aim for. So what happens if you're a super saver and you actually hit this cap? Does the money just stop? Nope. The system is smart. It automatically redirects any extra funds into your other CPF accounts to give your retirement income a boost. It's like a waterfall effect that optimizes your savings for both health and retirement. All right, now for the part you've probably been waiting for. You've been saving up all this money. How can you actually use it? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how your MediSave acts like a super flexible healthcare toolkit. And the scope is huge. It covers you through all stages of life. It pays for your essential insurance premiums like MediShield Life automatically. You can use it for hospital stays, surgeries, outpatient care for chronic diseases, long-term care, and even costs related to parenthood. Plus, you can use it for your family members too. Let's look at some specifics. If you're hospitalized, the withdrawal limits are actually higher for the first couple of days. Then they adjust for the rest of your stay. This structure is designed to give you more financial support right at the beginning, which is often the most expensive part. And when it comes to surgeries, the limits depend on how complex the procedure is.
A simpler one might have a limit around $1,000, but a really major surgery could be over $4,000. This tiered system makes sure the coverage scales up with your medical needs.
But it's not just for those big hospital bills. For your day-to-day outpatient needs, there are specific schemes. You've got schemes to help manage chronic illnesses like diabetes. For seniors over 60, Flexi MediSave gives you extra funds for general outpatient visits. And of course, there are dedicated limits for things like cancer treatment and scans. Okay, for our final section, let's talk about taking control. How can you actively boost your MediSave and stay ahead of the curve? This is all about being proactive and knowing what's coming next. The government provides some really targeted support here. For instance, in 2025, there's a one-time bonus for eligible citizens. And starting in 2026, there's a new scheme that will match your voluntary top-ups dollar for dollar for seniors with lower balances. These are fantastic ways to really supercharge your savings. And this is a big one. Don't forget, you can make voluntary top-ups to your own MediSave account anytime you want, right up to that BHS limit. And the best part? These top-ups give you tax relief. It's a win-win. Save for your future health and lower your taxes today.
The MediSave system is always evolving to serve you better. In the near future, you can expect higher limits for Flexi MediSave and outpatient scans. They're even expanding coverage to include certain dental treatments. The system is dynamic, and it's always being improved.
So there you have it. We've seen what MediSave is, how it grows, the targets to aim for, and all the ways you can use it. It is a truly powerful tool designed for your lifelong well-being. We started by asking about your financial plan for healthcare. So now the real question is, with all these tools at your fingertips, how will you secure your future?